Hey everybody, and welcome to week 13 of the Bring Back the Salmon Classroom Hatchery program. Today we're going to be hearing from Maribeth Burley. Maribeth, or MB as she likes to be called, runs this OFAH Mario Cordellucci Hunting and Fishing Heritage Center that our program has been happening out of. Now you've seen many elements of this center in both my videos and in Johnny's videos, but MB is going to give us a little bit more of a tour around and tell us about some of the things that happen out of this center, as well as she's going to be talking about biodiversity. Biodiversity is a shortened word for biological diversity, the variety of life. I cannot stress enough how important biodiversity is for a healthy environment and for the ecological services that make life as we know it possible. The richness of the animal, plant, fungus, and single-celled communities stabilize the whole community of life on Earth. The loss of species richness destabilizes this community and can have devastating consequences. If, for instance, we lost the animal world, we would also lose much of the plant world, as many of the plants are pollinated, which is part of the plant reproduction, by some birds and mammals and by many invertebrates. If we lost the plant world, we would lose all of the animal world. The plants convert sunlight, soil, and air into food and energy for animals to grow. They are the base of all of our food webs. They also make oxygen available for us and other animals to breathe. They play a major role in the water cycle and drive our climate. Today, I want to give thanks for the plant world, the trees, shrubs, herbaceous plants, ferns, horsetails, moss, club moss, liverworts, lichen, and phytoplankton. All right, for our hatchery checks, so our warmer tank, our fish are swimming around, they're looking real good. We're now at a point where we are feeding them daily, and next week I probably will start feeding them twice a day, just a little pinch at a time, but they're eating, which is great. Our temperature is sitting right at 10 right now. And we have our filter working. We also have a second filter now. I've added a second filter just to keep our water quality high. As well, today I'm going to start doing this weekly for now. I'm learning as I go along, but the water still looks really clean, but I'm actually going to change maybe about a quarter of it just to keep the water really clean, and I'm going to rinse the filter medium in each one of these filters. I'm going to pull them out and just give them a quick rinse just to keep everything really working well. Our aerator's working. Fish are healthy and happy. It's good. Okay, and for the river tank, filter's running, aerator's running. Temperature is at 4 degrees. And our fish are nowhere to be seen. They're all hiding in the rocks, just like they should be, using up their yolk sacs. All right, both tanks are looking great. We are going to hear now from MB and then from Johnny.
Thanks, Ben. Hey everyone, MB here at the OFAH Mario Cordellucci Hunting and Fishing Heritage Center. The center has been the home base for the virtual classroom hatchery program for the past few months, and during unprecedented times, we are happy to host. As the center remains closed to the general public, we too are offering virtual lessons on a variety of conservation education topics, so be sure to check us out too. I have been the Conservation Education Coordinator here at the Heritage Center for a little over 10 years. The Heritage Center opened in April 2010 and I've been here ever since. Growing up in North Bay, my family loved the outdoors, often camping and canoeing as a kid. As a member of Girl Guides and Scouts Canada, I furthered my love for the outdoors by enrolling in various programs at Sir Sandford Fleming College. I then transferred to Trent University to obtain my biology degree, and then went back home to North Bay to obtain my Bachelor of Education at Nipissing University. Volunteering was a big part of my experience with Scouts. Volunteering allows you to learn more about yourself, more about a particular field. And as an employer now myself, hiring summer staff, I'll often flip to a candidate's volunteer section to see where they've given their free time. The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters is an organization that values their volunteers. The Heritage Center is a place where visitors come to discover their own connection to our hunting and fishing heritage. We've hosted thousands of students through for curriculum-linked field trips, and as a multi-use facility, we offer day camps, birthday parties, and youth programs that allow participants to discover their role within conservation. Now, give me a thumbs up if you've ever been to the Heritage Center before. If you haven't, or it's been a while, follow me as we take a look through. I now stand in front of one of our largest exhibits here at the center, our Ontario exhibit. Now let's talk about biodiversity. As you learn more about Atlantic salmon in the tributaries of Lake Ontario, taking a few steps back will help you to further appreciate how diverse Ontario is. Biodiversity is the variety of living things within a region. The higher the biodiversity, the healthier and more resilient that ecosystem is. Ontario is home to a variety of birds, reptiles, insects, amphibians, fish, and mammals. Can you identify a few behind me? Now, just like Atlantic salmon were extirpated from Ontario at the turn of the century, elk were extirpated too, for many of the same reasons: overharvest and habitat loss. Be sure to check out our virtual lesson all about elk, but this is another example of a conservation success story. The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters, along with many other partners, worked hard to conserve elk habitat and restore this species back to Ontario, not just as another animal to hunt, but because a healthy ecosystem has variety, a healthy ecosystem has diversity. And the population in the Bancroft region is healthy enough to support a modern day hunt, which was restored in 2011. Thanks again, Ben, for the chance to share. And be sure to check out the Heritage Centre website for our virtual lessons at hfhc.ca. Enjoy the rest of the Classroom Hatchery program series, and Ben, I'll pass it back to you.
Hello everyone. Thanks for checking out another segment of Fishy Facts. I'm Johnny Nene. This week, we're going to talk about a massive fish from the ocean, the ocean sunfish. There are 5 species that belong to the Mollidae family. They are commonly called mollas, and the ocean sunfish is the largest among them. In fact, ocean sunfish are the world's largest bony fish. They can reach lengths up to 3.1 meters, heights up to 4.3 meters, and weigh up to 5,000 pounds. They are found in temperate and tropical oceans across the globe. They spend most of their time in the epipelagic zone, which is the top 200 meters of water where sunlight can penetrate, allowing for algae to photosynthesize. Ocean sunfish will, however, dive to depths over 600 meters in search of food. They spend about half their time sunbathing at the ocean's surface to warm up after diving to colder depths. This allows them to regulate their body temperature. Mollas have a large dorsal fin and anal fin with much smaller pectoral fins. They also have a clavus rather than a traditional tail fin, which functions more as a rudder for steering than like a normal tail for propulsion. They feed primarily on jellyfish, but also consume zooplankton. Ocean sunfish will sometimes consume plastic bags, mistaking them for jellyfish, which causes them to slowly starve to death by blocking their digestive tract. They are slow swimmers and are relatively defenseless to predator attacks, and can sometimes fall prey to large sharks, orcas, or sea lions. Sea lions have been known to rip the fins off of ocean sunfish and leave them to die and sink to the bottom of the ocean. The ocean sunfish's greatest defense is their size, and they can grow rapidly, gaining over a pound a day, and so quickly outgrow their predator's ability to consume them. Ocean sunfish commonly become infested with skin parasites, and they may have up to 40 species of parasite on an individual. However, they engage in symbiotic relationships with other species to rid themselves of these parasites. Ocean sunfish will hang out near reefs or kelp forests, where wrasses or emperor angelfish will eat the parasites. The fish get an easy meal, while the ocean sunfish are rid of their parasites. For more stubborn parasites, ocean sunfish may leap above the water's surface to try to detach them. They will also flap about at the ocean's surface to try to entice gulls to pick off any remaining parasites. Ocean sunfish lay more eggs than any other animal and can lay over 300 million eggs at one time. After hatching, the fry are only 2 millimeters long and they stay in small schools until they are large enough to venture out on their own. Ocean sunfish are sometimes considered a nuisance because their immense size can damage fishing nets. In several Asian countries, some species of mola are considered a delicacy, and they are even used in traditional Chinese medicines. Thanks again for checking out this week's segment of Fishy Facts. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the ocean sunfish, and be sure to check out next week's segment. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for that presentation, MB, and thanks again, Johnny, for your fishy fact. Next week, we're going to be hearing from Adam Weir, the fisheries biologist here at the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters. And he's going to be talking a bit about climate change and how it's impacting fisheries. I hope you'll join us.